Welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner, classic, known classics. Excuse me. This is episode number 2561, double number 2455. I have two Superman trades. One is a regular comic trade, the other is a manga. First one we have is the deluxe edition of Superman. This is called The Last Son of Krypton. A lot of good creative people in this book. We have Jeff Johns, Richard Donner, the director of Superman 1 and 2, Gary Frank, and Adam Kubert. Great people that do this book. Now, this book technically is a combination of two trades. The original Last Son of Krypton trade and Superman Brainiac. Really? Yes, and this came stuff from Action Comics. Oh, I did take a head count. Aside from this book, there are 27 more trades left to review that contain stuff post-crisis Superman. Of course, we'll be covering some in between stuff. Of course, you also have John Sibley and the artwork here. Adam Kubert does this wonderful cover art here. This book contains Action Comics 844 to 846, 851, and 866, 870, and number 11, and Superman New Krypton Special number 1. The Last Son stuff mostly takes up issues 844 to 846. Mostly put, it's a quick three-parter, which the whole thing with this one is that it's written by Richard and of course you have Adam Kubert. Mostly put its introduction to this little kid here. Who was this little kid, you might ask? Why, this is basically, well, Chris Kent, the adopted son, soon to be after the storyline, the adopted son of Superman. Mostly put his introduction, and they say at this point it's been a year since Supergirl arrived on Earth, so yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's basically about flying. Of course, he doesn't know. And of course, they find a Bizarro in this story, which is just pure awesomeness. And then we find out that this kid is actually the son of General Zod. Yep, we have General Zod, Ursa, and Non. Yep. And here's the thing about these three. Okay. This actually is the true post-crisis Zod because they've actually a couple different General Zods show up over the years post-crisis, except those were deemed to be old other dimensional counterparts. This is why I read the actual post-crisis Zod, not the other two. The other two were just, like I said, dimensional, and the only reason why I think that probably Jeff Johns chose now to bring these people in now, because you have Richard Donner basically writing the story. Yes. We have him doing this really good story here. And of course, fighting them in Metropolis. And the story gets wrapped up really quickly. We also get a little tease for Mon-El. Yep, Mon-El. Yeah, that's tease for something to do with New Krypton stuff. We have stuff with Lex Luthor. And then we lead into stuff with 851, which I believe is the Superman Revenge Squad. I believe so. I believe that's what it is, correct? Well, here's the strange thing, though. It is part 4 of this storyline. Because here's the strange thing. 847, 840 have nothing to do with this story at all. Yeah, it is a storyline where Dwayne McDuffie takes over for a few issues. And if you're really curious, Nick, where in the world are these 3 issues? Well, 847 is in Third Krypton, which I've discussed already. I'm thinking, okay, what about 849 to 850? Well, 849 is actually Superman Redemption. 850 is in a trade for Supergirl. Yep, that is 100% completely true there. Yeah, for some reason they have the story take a few months off so we can do stuff with Dwayne McDuffie, Fabian DeCisa for a couple of issues. Yeah, it's like they're running for a couple of issues. My guess is because Jeff Johns is busy, so they couldn't complete the storyline. And of course, 850 is collecting Superman, which is basically Johns does do the issue with Fabian DeCisa and Kurt Busiek. Yep. 851 is the finale for this story, but what about the annual number 11? Well, and number 11. Excuse me. And number 11 was, fun fact, the third to last annual published prior to the relaunch, and it only contains one story. It's last, I believe it's the conclusion to this story arc, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, I believe it's the conclusion. Yeah, it's the epilogue to the story arc, which its story itself was really, really good. Yep. But what about 870? This is the 5-parter known as Superman Brainiac. Yes. Yep, that is 100% true. Now, the thing with this 5-part story arc, which is, by the way, really, really good, by the way. Now, mostly put, this is kind of a non-introduction to Brainiac. Is this the first post-crisis appearance of a version of Brainiac? No, it's more like the true Brainiac shows up here, but the other ones show up with the years. But technically, in the way, his first post-crisis appearance was actually in 458, because they look completely different. Yep. Excuse me, yes. Now, one thing I gotta note about this storyline here, this, of course, the whole thing with this story, by the way, here's Brainiac, how he's drawn here, and that's pretty much how he looks even after post-crisis. For some reason, Gary Frank draws, like, here's Superman, here's a close-up Superman. You look at that, wait, is that Christopher Reeve? I'm like, yeah, he looks like Christopher Reeve. Yeah, I didn't know this before I originally reviewed this, but yeah, Superman looks like Christopher Reeve in this story arc. I'm like, what? Yeah, I thought was really weird. This was so bizarre. The fact that he would look like this. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly why he has to look like this but he does. It is quite strange. The fact that Gary Frank, the guy who draws this issue, draws Superman, and of course you also have Cat, like the image you see of Cat Grant, where she's like very seductive with her shirt open, like front of her shirt open with the apple. That's from this storyline. Yeah, but the stuff in this book is really, really good. I love it, and this interestingly enough is the last this is like the last Infinite Crisis stuff, last thing to cover for Superman between Infinite Crisis and Flashpoint. Are you thinking, really? It's the last one? Yeah, I looked it up. This is the official last one because in the case of Action Comics, pretty much everything for that series post-Crisis, that's all covered. Superman is pretty much all done. So, yeah. With this particular trade reviewed, I have officially reviewed from as far back for Action Comics as 836. I have not reviewed Strange Attractions yet. I will review in the future. I'm hoping to get a chance to review because this is a particularly very interesting storyline, which I'll get a chance to in the future. So, yep, great storyline. So, next up we have is Superman Meshi, which is, well, Superman going to Japan trying the cuisine. It's another volume of this one. Yeah, this actually is the only volume 2 I come across for these ones. Now, I don't know if there's another volume of this one. I have no idea, but this book is a lot of fun. There's a one point in this book, basically, where Superman's cheeks get a little bigger. Because, oh, is he putting on weight? No, he just simply just enjoying Japanese cuisine. And, of course, you have Wonder Woman joining the fray, like Green Lantern. A lot of fun, this book. Yep. This book is just really good. Another 10 out of 10. Yep. But yeah, this particular view. Stay tuned tomorrow for another review. Okay, next view. Bye.